Namaste, this is Aparna and welcome to my YouTube channel Abhigya Law Series. In civil judge examination, you have to study Code of Civil Procedure and that's a very important subject. And today I'll be sharing 10 very important topics in CPC which you should never miss during studying for Civil Procedure Code. So without any further delay, let's begin. The topics which I'm going to tell you now are those important topics which you should never miss while studying for civil judge examination. So today I will be dealing with Code of Civil Procedure, that is CPC. So let's see them. The foremost important topic is judgment and decree. And while you write the civil judge examination, they will test your aptitude as a judge. So you must be knowing each and every detail regarding judgment and decree. In CPC, how many provisions are there regarding judgment and decree? So you should study all of them. All of them are important, like judgment, the definition of judgment, decree, decisions which are decree, decisions which are not decree, different classes of decree like preliminary decree, final decree, then preliminary decree, which orders are preliminary decree, for which kind of suits can we give preliminary decree, ex parte decree, how to set aside those ex parte decree. Then the entire provision of Order 20, which contains information regarding the judgment, how should a judgment be, who can give, what are the powers, and whatever things are included in Order 20, those are important. Contents of judgment, then judgment on admissions, foreign judgment, cost and interest, which are also the part of a judgment, although they are not in Order 20. Whichever sections pertaining to judgment and decree are there, those are very important, and do not miss these topics. Please read all these subtopics under judgment and decree. Then the second most important part is it's regarding jurisdiction. Basically section 9, 10, 11, they are kind of principles. Along with them, whatever territorial, pecuniary, subject matter jurisdiction are there, and what kind of suits can be instituted in what kind of courts. So all those are very important. Like suits of civil nature, suits not of civil nature, res judicata, constructive res judicata, territorial, pecuniary, subject matter jurisdiction. In foreign courts, institution of suits and objections and their objections. Then transfer of suits. So all these things are important in jurisdiction. Then comes pleadings and issues. This is the third most important topic. So whatever orders are there pertaining to pleadings, that is Order 6, Order 7, Order 8 and Order 14, you have to read the entire order for better understanding and better marks in the examination. Separately, you must be knowing how a plaint has to be drafted, what are the contents. Similarly, written statement, then what is set off, what's a counterclaim, what are pleadings, generally what are pleadings. Then joinder, non-joinder, misjoinder of causes of action. Although they do not come under Order 6, 7, but have included in these topics because while drafting pleadings, you must consider how should a cause of action be joined, or why shouldn't a cause of action be joined, whether it will be misjoinder or non-joinder of causes of action. So those are also important. Preliminary issues. So this was regarding pleadings and issues. And the fourth most important point is it's regarding execution. Whatever order is there, Order 21, that you must be thorough with that. Along with it, these, if you cannot read the entire Order 21, at least have knowledge regarding powers of executing court. Then different modes of execution. Arrest, attachment. This is very important. The property which are liable to be attached in execution of decree and property which are not liable to be attached in decree. So there are certain lists, certain types of properties which can be attached and which cannot be attached. Please memorize that, and they are the most probable questions in the examination. Then modes of execution in different types of decrees. Suppose if it's a decree for payment of money, then the modes would be different. Like in restitution of conjugal rights, the modes of execution of decree is different. So in different kinds of decrees, the modes of execution will be different. Example I have given, like payment of money, decree for restitution of conjugal rights, decree for specific performance, injunction, immovable property, mobile property, etc. So for all these type of decrees, you must be very well versed with which kind of mode of execution would be available for such kind of decrees. That's the important thing which you must be knowing under execution if you are studying for that. And the fifth most important point is provisions of interlocutory applications. So there are many kind of IAs which can be applied to the court. At least 15 to 20 IAs, their orders, their rules and the contents or conditions, everything you must be knowing. Some examples I'll be giving here, like return of plaint, rejection of plaint, temporary injunction, arrest before judgment, attachment before judgment, amendment of pleadings, inherent powers of the court, issue of commissions, appointment of receiver, adjournments. So these are some of the examples, but please thorough with such kind of IAs which come in day-to-day court situations, and also know their provisions. Then the sixth point is regarding appeals, review, revision, reference. You must be knowing the powers of such courts where appeals can be instituted, where review can be filed. So all the powers of the court, appellate courts must be known. Then provisions for stay of suits and execution, even that must be known. Appealable orders, appealable decree. So some decisions could be appealable. Some decisions cannot be appealable. They are non-appealable. So you must be knowing which are appealable and which are not appealable. Provisions regarding second appeal. Then powers of different courts for appeals, review, revision and reference. Like for some kind of appeals, it could be appealable only in High Court. Some kind of reference could be only in High Court or District Court. I'm saying it randomly. Generally, you must be knowing which court is having jurisdiction to entertain these kind of appeals, review or revision, anything whatsoever. Okay. Then the next point is regarding disposal of suit. So whenever a suit is disposed, whatever kind of disposal it could be, what is the effect of that? That you must be knowing. Like when an abatement happens, what is the next course of action? When there is a withdrawal of a suit, what would be the next course of action? Whether it's appealable or not. Or is there any other remedy? When there is a compromise, what will happen? What are the conditions? When there is a dismissal of a suit, what does it amount to? So all these points are very necessary. Then the next one is regarding special suits. Whatever kind of special suits are there. Example, summary suits, indigent persons, suit by an indigent person, suit by or against a minor, suit by interpleader suits, suit by or against the government, suit against corporations, suit by or a kind of a representative suit, suits relating to public trust. So these are some of the examples for special suits, and of course they will be having certain conditions. Some suits can be instituted only with the permission of the court. Some need to be given prior notice. So there are different requirements are there that you must be knowing regarding these special kind of suits. And the ninth one is regarding time limit. In CPC, whichever provision denotes some time, like within 30 days it has to be filed, within 90 days it has to be filed, or the expiry period is not exceeding 90 days. Whatever terms come, then please mark it and make a notes of it. For example, to file a written statement, what is the maximum duration? For framing of issues, to submit list of witness, the expiry period of the caveat, what's the notice period under section 80. So all these are different examples. For time limit, I have given only 5. You may have at least 15 to 20 time limit provisions. which you can mark it in your notebook. Then comes important terms, whichever definitions are there. Of course, the definition provision, along with this, some examples I give. Set off, mean profit, indigent person, subsistence allowance, restitution, next friend, legal representative, garnishee, precept. So all these are very important terms, and of course they will be having some of the ingredients, some conditions are there. You must be knowing that. And also read the definition section where you get to answer many definitions and different terms are there. Apart from this 10 topics which I have told, if you find time to study, then do not miss some of the miscellaneous topics like appearance of parties, issue of summons, then production of documents. So these are some of the miscellaneous provisions which are also important, and try to imbibe in your studies if you find time for this. But please do not ever miss the first 5 topics like judgment and decree, execution, jurisdiction, pleadings. So all these are very important topics, and they are the most probable questions, most probable topics from which questions will come in both prelims and mains examinations. So if you like this video and if you find this video to be useful to you, then do like it, and also post your doubts in the comment section, share it among your friends, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are visiting first time to this channel, and also do not forget to press bell icon for more notification. Thank you for watching.